Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting stories. We start with contract rebel Ousmane Dembele, as it has been reported that Barcelona staff wants Ousmane Dembele to renew, even though he does not understand aspects of football, according to them. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then lastly, talking about Chelsea left back Marcos Alonso, it has just been reported by Spanish outlet Sport that Alonso is very close to a Barcelona switch. We are going to be looking at that as well. So guys, as we get right into it, please do well to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. As Ousmane Dembele reportedly closes in on signing a new contract with Barcelona, a fresh report from ARA has revealed an interesting claim made by one of Xavi's coaching staff about the French winger. Dembele's contract situation has been dominating the headlines for months together now, as the 25-year-old has maintained that he wanted to stay at the Camp Nou, but has not accepted the club's contract proposal as of yet. The former Borussia Dortmund player became a free agent after his contract expired on June 30. However, as things stand, he finds himself without any major suitor, as PSG have ended their interest in him and Chelsea are looking at other options like Rafinha and Raheem Sterling. It has left Dembele considering the possibility of resigning with Barcelona, with reports claiming that the French international is now close to agreeing a 2-year contract with Barca. Dembele is a player that Xavi holds in very high regard. The Barca manager has always spoken positively about Ousmane Dembele and even managed to get the best out of him in the second half of last season. The manager has continuously battled for the winger to push the club to offer him a new contract when talks of an extension seemed dead in the water. Despite Dembele's brilliance in the latter half of last season, Xavi staff believe that there is plenty of work to be done on the winger, with one of the staff members speaking to ARA said, "Dembele does not understand the aspect of the game, but we want him to stay." It is an intriguing revelation, no doubt, from the staff from Xavi, claiming that the Frenchman does not understand certain aspects of football. Despite what has been said, as iterated earlier, Xavi put tremendous faith in Dembele and he repaid that with some clutch performances. Should he resign with Barca, more of the same will be expected, while Xavi and his staff will get to work on improving the facets of the game, that he does not understand. It is really strange and, very funny hearing those words from a staff member. And when we consider that Xavi himself is a big fan of Ousmane Dembele and one of his staff members saying that, it's really interesting to see how things will be if indeed Ousmane Dembele resigns his contract, because we've been hearing rumors of Dembele, close to renewing a 2-year contract, which means definitely he has to accept the terms offered by Barca. So let's see how it goes. But Dembele not understanding certain aspects of the game. Personally, for me, I think Dembele normally has to improve on his finishing. Very poor. Last season, Dembele scored just 1 goal. That should not be accepted. As a winger for FC Barcelona, no matter how many assists you give, we need goals. And you can't say you're a winger, you don't score goals. And I quite remember one controversial statement made by Ferran Torres, another player that we have heavily criticized, claiming that his main role is not to score goals. And I asked myself, then what is your role then? So for Ousmane Dembele, we know his finishing has been so bad, so poor. And I just think that the staff of Xavi is saying this because maybe the finishing, need to be improved. Because I think if Dembele adds goals to his game, he'll be a world-class player, right? He is a good assist player. He can create. He assists a lot. He assisted 13 goals last season. I think he topped the assist chart for La Liga last season, which was brilliant. But he needs to improve on his finishing. So let's see if Dembele actually renews his contract, or it will end up being still rumors or whatever. If he extends, good and fine. But Barca will continue to go for Rafinha, as it has been made clear that Xavi believe that Rafinha and Dembele can coexist, because most people were expecting that if Rafinha is coming, then Dembele might likely not play for Barcelona again, but that might not be the case. So let's see how things go from here. Then on to the next story of discussion. Marcos Alonso could be Barcelona's next signing after Franquisi and Andres Christensen. Barca and Chelsea are close to a deal for the Spanish left-back after coach Thomas Tuchel accepted his departure. The deal will hopefully be closed next week when the teams meet to discuss the transfer fee, which could be less than 10 million euros. The idea is that the Spain international is on the club's US tour. The Cesar Azpilicueta case, meanwhile, is more complicated and is up in the air. Marcos Alonso has the nod to leave and has agreed a deal for the next 3 seasons. It's just the final price that needs to be fixed. Unlike Azpilicueta, Chelsea did not mind letting him leave, but the change in ownership at the Stamford Bridge has slowed things down. Next week, there is a meeting set to happen between the clubs over Marcos Alonso. The English side wanted 13, but Barca are going to try and get him for less than 10, but with some variables. With Azpilicueta, the situation is on hold. Barcelona have been monitoring Marcos Alonso for a long time now, as they look to strengthen the left-back position. Of course, left-back is one of the positions that Barca want to strengthen, as Jordi Alba is the only left-back that is reliable for Barca at the moment. And it is imperative for Barca to look for a good backup, right? If we ever want to go strongly into next season to compete. And Marcos Alonso have been identified as their target. So even though the transfer have been looking somehow complicated in the past, Spanish outlet sports have come out with this very good update saying that Barcelona and Chelsea are very close to agreeing a transfer for Marcos Alonso. Barca are hoping that the deal will not be more than 10 million, but Chelsea are asking for 13. So let's see how it goes. But Barca are reportedly confident that they will get a deal. As Paul have just said, things are getting closer and closer. Jordi Alba have been there playing left back for most of the time, which means when Jordi Alba is injured, Barca suffers a lot because maybe they will take Serginho Dest and deploy at that left back, but he will not be that effective, right? So I think if Xavi can get his hands on Marcos Alonso, then it will be interesting to see, because Marcos Alonso, though 31 years old, I think age is not on his side that much, but better than nothing, because right there we're not talking about any other left back, right? Marcos Alonso is the only left back that is strongly linked at the moment, and I don't see any other new left back entering now into the picture when it comes to the transfer target for Barcelona. So having 2 quality left backs, I mean, Jordi Alba still have talent, and Jordi Alba is still a very good player despite being 32 years old. I think Xavi needs to get Marcos Alonso, and I think things will be better when it comes to the left back role. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.